Good morning, friends. Good morning, Principal Sir and Ma'am. Welcome to the session. Today we have a special guest, Dr. Poonam Rana. She is the education consultancy working under as a counselor and guidance. Basically, ma'am, she completed her master's in special education from Thakur Hariprasad Research Center from Hyderabad. She also is a teacher trainer for Escuela Nueva from South America and also Jolly Phonics trainer for all the budget private schools in Hyderabad. Actually, she worked, madam, for as a principal for Springdales High School, Hyderabad. She is a teacher trainer Escuela Nueva. Got trained in South America from Vicky Corbett and worked as a teacher trainer for the low budget private schools for improvement of the quality education. She also a remedial teacher, counselor for Doha, a modern international school, Qatar. And also she worked as a remedial counselor for Indian schools of Oman, Darsia. At present, Madam is working for as a remedial counselor for Chirek International School, Kondapur, Hyderabad. You know, this is one of the famous, foremost international school of Chirek Public School. So Madam has a vast experience regarding guidance and counseling. She's good phonetics. So today we have the ma'am with us. Welcome, madam. Welcome to our session on children behavioral problems and solution. So this is today's topic. Friends, first of all, madam will take some session for half an hour. Afterwards, if you have interaction with ma'am, we can. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining with us. Please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Ramchandra sir and Jani Reddy sir for giving me this opportunity to share some of my experience with you all children.
One thing, sorry for interruption, ma'am. Actually, we have DLED trainees, madam. That is first year and second year, where they are now pursuing second year, ma'am. Now it is plus 2. So after intermediate, they will write to suppose one exam, madam, DSET. Through the entrance, they will join with our rights, madam. You have 3 media. One is Telugu medium 50 members, madam, Urdu medium 50, and English medium 50, madam. So please, you can.
Thank you, sir. Shall I start my session, sir?
Yeah, madam.
Good morning, all the students. As sir already introduced you up that I am Poonam Rana, the remedial counselor. And today I am here to speak a few lines, or you can say that give you a brief descriptions about behavior. Sir, I hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So let us have a little bit of interaction with the children. I would like to know that what is a behavior in your terms, children? What do you mean by behavior? Anybody can answer me. What is a behavior?
So don't mind control plus F5, madam, full screen. Make it full screen, ma'am.
So for me, behavior, you can see the display of the behavior something over here on the screen where the children are playing, they are pulling, they are doing so many actions. So for me, what they are going to means in this picture, what are you able to see in these things?
Interaction among children.
Interaction among the students, okay?
And they are throwing some objects from ground now.
Throwing the objects. And so what I mean to say over here is
quarreling.
Yeah. So as being a teacher, I feel that behavior is nothing but a communication between a student and a teacher. It is a communication. We can define the behavior in many ways, but as for me, the teacher should remember one point, that the children want to communicate something to you, either with the attention span, by seeking your attention, by throwing the objects, by hurting somebody else. So as a teacher, when we are there in the class, it's our duty to modify these behavior among the children. And as a DH student, when you go to the class, this is one of the most challenging area where really the teachers have to think. You have to break down your head what to do with these children who are showing this type of behavior, because until and unless the behavior is not controlled, you cannot take the class in a smooth way. So to define what is a behavior, it is the combination of the responses to the external and the internal stimuli. Children, you should know that what causes the behavior. Behavior किस तरह से मतलब जन्म लेता है, हम बच्चों में किस तरह से different types of behavior को observe करते हैं, उसके causes क्या हैं. As you know that we mostly deals with the children when we are dealing with the children behavior, there will be certain cause for the behavior, and these causes is divided into two phases, that is developmental changes and the environmental factors. So developmental changes क्या हैं? Developmental changes మనం ఎక్కడి నుంచి చూసుకుంటాం? From where do we see all these developmental changes? Anybody can tell me what do you mean by developmental changes? ఎందుకంటే developmental changes కి many phases ఉంటది. First will be prenatal phases. After the child takes the birth, they will have many delayed milestones. In those delayed milestones, the child is not able to communicate properly. So he gets refrained from the society and causing a typical type of behavior. Okay, particular type of behavior exhibit chestaru pillalu. Second is environmental factors. Environmental factors means what is our family setting, मनम एक्कड़ उंटामो, हम किस तरह के माहौल में रहते हैं, और उसके बाद में हम जिन लोगों के बीच में रहते हैं वो किस तरह के लोग हैं और वो हमारे बिहेवियर में किस तरह से कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. These all factors causes the behavior. So children, you should know that the behavior is divided into two types. What are these two types of behavior? One is the skilled behavior. Skilled behavior means what do you mean by skill? Skill behavior से मतलब क्या है आप लोगों का? Anyone from the group? Yes? Anyone from the group, what do you mean by skilled behavior?
Yes, please.
Skilled behavior is nothing but the behavior which can be learned. Which can be learned. Like early morning we wake up. We brush our teeth. We take bath. We get fresh ourselves. We go to schools. We have particular time. And we know how to manage ourselves in the day-to-day life. But what do you mean by problem behavior? And today mainly we are going to focus on the problem behavior. Children, I would like to know what do you mean by problem behavior? Everyone group nunchi anyone is there who can answer me this question? What do you mean by problem behavior?
Yes, anybody? If you have idea, you can express. Hello, trainees.
Trainees, humbly request, whatever you know, I want you to speak up, because uh, by that I can just judge it up, okay, whether I am going in a proper manner or not, whether
Yeah.
you people are able to understand or not.
Yes, you are right.
When we go to the class, why do you say that the behavior is problematic? క్లాస్ లో వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఎందుకు మనకి అనిపిస్తుంది ఇది ప్రాబ్లం బిహేవియర్, ఇది అబ్బాయి తోటి నేను ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు కోప్ అప్ విత్ దిస్ చైల్డ్. సో దెన్ హౌ విల్ వి టాకిల్ దిస్? Then how can you call this as a problem behavior? When do you feel that as a trainer, as a teacher, when do you feel that this is a problem behavior which I need to tackle?
సరిగా కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ వినకపోవడం మేడం, పక్క పిల్లలతోటి మాట్లాడడం, డిస్టర్బ్ చేస్తుండడం, ఆ తర్వాత చెప్పినప్పుడు సరిగా రాసుకోకపోవడం, వినకపోవడం, కేర్లెస్గా ఉండడం, తర్వాత ఎప్పుడు కోపంగా ఉండడం, లేక నిద్రగా ఉండడం, ఇవన్నీ కూడా బిహేవియర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ మేడం క్లాస్లో.
ఓకే, సో జనరలీ వెన్ వి గో టు ద క్లాస్ రూమ్, మనం క్లాస్లో వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే సమ్ చిల్డ్రన్ విల్ బి, they will just raise the hands.
Yes.
Not even raise the hands, they will disturb the class whether they know the answer or not. They will say, yes teacher, I know the answer, right? So though he doesn't know the answer, then also he will raise his hand and he will say that I know the answer. One children, slowly what they will do, they will pinch other child.
Yeah.
And some immediately they will slap. So these all things disturb the class.
Yeah.
So in general, when it goes out of the terms, means first what we will do as a teacher, you will say that no, this is not why you are doing this. You will start questioning the child, why this, why you have done this, why you have beat this child, right? So why do you feel that that is a problem? Because that is disturbing your class, that behavior is disturbing your class. So it not only disturbs you, it disturbs the whole class. The whole class get distracted. हर एक बच्चे का जो attention है वो सीधा लेकर के जाके एक particular child के ऊपर हो जाएगा, because he has disturbed the class. And automatically what will happen, you will be out of your plan, you will be out of your lesson, and you will much time you will waste only to solve that issue. So when we see that type of behavior, when it disturbs the class, when it disturbs other people, and it stops the development of the particular child itself, then only we will call it as a problem behavior. I want to make it very clear that suppose a child is coming to you and he says, good morning ma'am, how are you, right? So this is the first thing, first gesture the teacher wants to see in a child. So when the child comes to the KG class or the grade 1, the teacher teach the children that when you see the teacher, you should say good morning. You should sit in the class. You should form a line. You should go in a line in the class. So these are the behavior which we are teaching the children. But what happens is during the period of time, there are certain children who are, because of the different type of the environment they are coming, they are not able to follow the particular rules and regulations, and they just interrupt the class. So as a teacher, it is very much important for us to modify those behavior in the classroom. So we are going to talk about some of the problem behavior today. One is temper tantrums. Temper tantrums, trainee would like to tell you that, though I am not very good in Telugu, so I want sir to translate you up regarding the particular term over here, temper tantrums. I can just explain you. जब एक क्लास में बच्चा रहता है, immediately he start rolling, shouting, screaming in the classroom, right? So what the teacher will do, teacher क्या करती है उसके लिए?
टेबल पर मारते मैडम.
Yeah, she will just get annoyed. Why you're doing this? Why this type of behavior is being means shown by you? This is not the behavior. So first the teacher should keep in the mind that children are always the attention seeker, and wantedly or unwantedly. Suppose a child is there in the class, he has drawn something, nice picture he has drawn, and he just want to relax himself. And in that, what he does, he screams, "Wow, ma'am, it's over." What happened? All the children attention will go there. And instead of that, what the teacher is doing, why are you screaming? Rather than asking the child, have you completed the work? Have you completed the work? आपने काम कंप्लीट किया या नहीं? आपका ध्यान कहाँ पे गया? आप क्यों चिल्लाए क्लास में? Why you shouted in the class? Right? So what happens during this? Unwantedly, the teacher has shown a positive note on his behavior, and knowingly or unknowingly, the child knows that if I want the attention of the teacher, I should do something extra. So then he start doing all these extra activities like rolling on the bench, going inside the bench, shouting, screaming. All these temper tantrums are shown by the children. So as a teacher, we should focus on what the child has done, positive behavior. Wow, you have done your work. आपने अपना काम कर दिया. Your work is done. Your work is finished. That is the positive approach. But in spite of that, as a teacher, we should not give attention to the behavior which is not exist, which has been existed, and by that the child knows that कि हमें ऐसा नहीं कर, means ऐसे करने से मुझे teacher attention देगी. So he starts doing that behavior, and it becomes a problem over a period of time. Second comes the uresis. Uresis is nothing but wetting himself. बेड वेटिंग आप बोल सकते हैं. बच्चे को नहीं मालूम होते हुए वो यूरिन पास कर देता है क्लास में. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज यूरेसिस. यूरेसिस कई इसके फैक्टर्स बहुत सारे हैं. उसमें से एक फैक्टर ये है कि बच्चा specifically this uresis problem is related with the urinary, and the urinary bladder is not much developed. So what happens for this type of behavior is the child feels shy. He is socially withdrawn from the class. उसमें जो confidence level होता है वो कम हो जाता है. So when the teacher observe this behavior in the child, इससे क्या होता है क्लास में? I know that the teachers को problem रहता है, but what should happen is the teacher should be very careful, and they should try to send the child regular interval, use in regular interval to ensure that the child is going to the washroom, he is going to the toilets, and he is getting neat and coming back. Rather than सभी बच्चों के सामने उसे insult करने के बजाय, you have to take care. You have to one step advance, and you have to tell the child that, would you like to go to washroom? The teacher should be very polite when we are dealing with the problem behavior of the children. Teachers should be so much patience that is required in this profession. Third one is hyperactivity. Hyperactivity, you know very well. Many children shows nowadays. In each class, compulsory this hyperactivity is seen with the children with boys ratio is more in hyperactivity. Hyperactivity, what do you mean by hyperactivity? Hyperactivity किसे बोलते हैं? Yes, children? What do you mean by hyperactivity?
తొందరగా స్పందించడం మేడం, తొందరగా స్పందించడం.
ఎనర్జెటిక్ మ్యామ్.
Yes, energy level చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉంటది.
తర్వాత ప్రతిది కూడా నేను చెప్పడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తారు. ఆ అబ్బాయి ప్రతిది కూడా యాక్టివ్ అంటే ఉన్న యాక్టివ్ కంటే ఓవర్ యాక్టివ్ మేడం.
ఓవర్ యాక్టివ్, yes. Very good, yeah. Any other trainees over here? because this is the common behavior observed in the classroom. చాలా ఎక్కువ చూస్తాం మనం క్లాస్ లో హైపర్ యాక్టివ్ చిల్డ్రన్. ఎందుకంటే నౌ ఎ డేస్ ఫుడ్ ఇస్ హైపర్ యాక్టివ్. ద ఫుడ్ విచ్ వి ఈట్, ఒక టైంలో we used to eat the food made by parents. Nowadays we see the children are exposed to junk foods, they are exposed to different types of chocolates. మా టైంలో ఒక చాక్లెట్ తినాలి అంటే that was only Amul, but nowadays they are there with Snickers, they are there with dairy milk, dairy silk, so many things are there. So sugar consuming is more, so this hyperactivity is seen more in the class. I just want to tell you the hyperactivity and the aggressive behavior combinedly, when these two behavior combines, it just make the class a hell in the, and the teacher cannot control the classroom at all. You can see this hyperactivity in the children. What they will do is they will unnecessarily trouble the children, they will unnecessarily trouble the teachers. And when this hyperactivity is combined with aggressive behavior and self-injurious behavior, it becomes very hard for a teacher to control the class. Why? Because due to their hyperactivity level and their aggressive behavior, where they are not able to control their anger. Aggressive behavior is nothing but controlling the anger. They cannot, they show such a bad temperament in the classroom. With small things also, they will be ready to fight with the other children. They are ready to means they are ready to injure the other child, and they, at that particular moment of time, the child will not think what is good and what is bad for him. That is, and for this we have to be very much careful. Third is the odd behavior which we see that. What do you mean by odd behavior? What do you mean by odd behavior?
Unexpected things చేసినప్పుడు మేడం.
Yes sir.
Unexpected things class లో బిహేవ్ చేసిన, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అసలు క్లాస్ లో చేయకూడని పనులు చేయడం మేడం. ఆడ్
క్లాస్ లో
చేయకూడని పనులు అంటే
yes, throwing out the things. Yes, taking somebody things and keeping in his pocket.
yes ma'am.
Next is the rebellious behavior. Whatever we are telling, he will say anti, he will be anti with us, he will show rebel, he will be always ready to fight, he will be always ready to, he is so proactive that he will, if we say that this is correct and you have to go in this way, then he will say that no, this is not the way, I am not going to hear you up and I am going in the opposite way, right? So that is called as the rebellious behavior. Stealing, you people know very well, stealing is the thing the children often shows in the primary sections when they are very much crazy about new things. But some children, if it is for a limit of time, then it is okay. But when it goes out of limit, taking the things of the children, when it goes out of the limit, when we start getting complaints from the parent, then you have to think what is the reason for these behavior. I will just give you one small example. As I was working with the small budget private schools, ఆ టైంలో ఏమైంది, ఒక కంటిన్యూస్ బిహేవియర్ నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేశాను ఒక అబ్బాయి తోటి. ఎవ్రీ డే थोड़े बच्चों का टिफिन खत्म हो जाता था, राइट? एंड अगर आप बच्चे के पढ़ने का अगर आप देखते, मतलब तो द चाइल्ड वाज वेरी गुड इन एजुकेशन. एंड एज यू नो दैट कि बजट प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में टीचर्स उतने क्वालिफाइड नहीं रहते हैं, उतने ट्रेन नहीं होते हैं, तो उन्हें पता ही नहीं चलता था, एंड दे यूज्ड टू पनिश द चाइल्ड लाइक एनीथिंग. सो व्हाट इज द रीजन फॉर दैट स्टीलिंग ऑफ फूड? The first question I asked the teacher on that day was, what is the reason for that stealing? Have you ever tried to find it out? Have you ever spoken with the parents? Because there are so many expensive things. एक बच्चे के बैग में सिर्फ उसकी रोटी तो एक्सपेंसिव नहीं रहती है ना, isn't it? उसका कंपास बॉक्स बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है, राइट? उसका बैग बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है, उसके वाटर बॉटल्स बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है, वेरी अट्रैक्टिव है। तो फिर बच्चे लोग ऐसा क्यों है कि सिर्फ वो खाना ही चोरी कर रहा है? एज ए टीचर, इज इट नॉट स्ट्राइकिंग व्हाट इज द antecedent behavior, why the child is showing this type of behavior of stealing the food? So the reason was that the child belongs to a very poor family with many children at home. They were having more than 5 to 6 brothers and sisters, and they are not able to provide the food for the child. And when the child is coming to the school, he is hungry. So that is the main reason the child is stealing the food. So as a teacher, whenever we are there in the class, I suggest all the trainees to find the reasons, before reasons, why the child is doing this. So these are certain problematic behavior which we come across. So let us see these pictures. Yeah, I want the student trainees to observe these pictures which I had shown in the display box. First picture में आपको क्या समझ में आ रहा है? Yes, क्या समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, please.
Her mom, one child's mom is saying her good, and the other boy is shouting, crying for something.
She did something, Aishwarya.
Okay.
For that, mother is praising her as a saying as a good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whereas that guy, he did some mischievous things. So that's why a mother came across गुस्सा आया उन पर. मैं चिल्ला रहा है. अरुस्तुन्नाडु गट्टिगा.
Okay. What are the 4 pictures depicts children? Teachers, what are the 4 pictures displayed over here is showing to you?
First and second picture, madam. Boy is shouting, madam.
Problem behavior.
He is shouting.
Yes. If you see, I had reversed the picture here, right? You can see that in the first picture, in the second picture, the child is shouting and mother is just ignoring the things. She is in her own thing. She is not taking, she is not giving any attention to the child, what she is doing. And next picture, when you see the alternate picture over here, you can say that mother is giving a reward to the child by giving him a toy, right?
Yes.
And here also, if you can see that the mother is praising the child. Wow, good, you have done this. But in this picture, if you see that the child is just throwing the things. Yes, the child is just throwing the things and irritating. But whereas in the second picture, in the alternate picture, the mother is teaching how to arrange the blocks. So what is happening in all the picture is, you can see that behavior is learned. You can see the learned behaviors over here. When the child is throwing here, this behavior of throwing can be taught by the teacher. Here also, when the child is doing many different type of tantrums, if you see this picture with different types of rewards, by different types of praise, the teacher or the parent can change the behavior of the child. Now, can you see this picture? What is in the first picture?
They are playing football, madam. I think there is some discussion. ఘర్షణ ఇచ్చింది. ఒక అతను అందులో అబ్జర్వ్ చేసిండు ఎందుకు ఘర్షణ వచ్చింది అనేది. వచ్చి వాళ్ళకి సర్ది చెప్పిండు, సైడ్కి పంపిస్తున్న అతన్ని. ఎవరైతే మిస్బిహేవ్ చేయడానికి కారణము ఆటలో అతను గమనించి అతన్ని గేమ్లో నుంచి బయట రమ్మంటున్నాడు అతను కోచ్.
Yes, so the children who misbehave, and when the teacher observe that misbehavior, the teacher has the right to take the child out, that is taking the child out for some time from the game. Because if we encourage the child to do the same thing, then this behavior will continue. So we need to be very careful when we are having, means we are supposed to observe the children behavior, what and why the child is doing, and what should be the consequence, and what type of behavior the child is exhibiting. And as a teacher, why do you think that the teacher need to address the problem behavior? Why do we address the problem behavior, teachers? I had given in a very specific term over here that, first of all, as I told you, that it harms the child first. It harms the developmental of the child. His focus towards the academics will go down. Sometimes the child will socially withdrawn, means he will not be connected with the friends. So अगर हम इस बिहेवियर को प्रॉपर टाइम पे एड्रेस नहीं करते हैं तो ये चाइल्ड के डेवलपमेंट को ही रोक देता है, स्टॉप्स दैट. अगर ये बचपने में नहीं किया गया, इन द अर्ली चाइल्डहुड, इफ इट इज नॉट डन, बाद में जाकर के ये जो बिहेवियर है ये उसका एटीट्यूड बन जाता है. And after some time, the child will be totally out of the class, out of the society, and he will be showing many other types of unwanted behavior, which will lead to many consequences in his own life. So we say that it harms the child. Child in the sense, development of the child, academic development of the child, it affects a lot if the behavior is not addressed on time. Second thing, it harm others. It harm others. ये स्पेशली ये कब होता है बोलने से, when the child harms other, तो टीचर की नजर में बहुत जल्दी आ जाता है. The teacher recognize very fast when somebody, other children are hurted. Many times it happens in the class that when somebody gets hurted, then only the teacher will know that that child has created the problem behavior to this, right? And as I told you that it affects the academic, means it affects the learning process, not only in school but also at home also. Social acceptability, slowly what happens, if a child is pinching in the class, nobody wants to sit beside him. अगर कोई बच्चे पिंच करता है, राइट, तो उसके आजू बाजू कोई भी दूसरे बच्चे बैठना पसंद नहीं करते हैं. Why? Because socially the child is withdrawn from the, means क्लास से हट जाता है वो, मतलब धीरे धीरे लोग उसको अवॉइड करना शुरू कर देते हैं. तो like this, today it is class, tomorrow it will be the playground, tomorrow it will be the society, and slowly the social acceptability of the child will be gone, right? And as I told that, it interferes the performance of other behavior which is already learned by the child. आज अगर हम किसी बच्चे को अटेंशन नहीं देते हैं, उसके प्रॉब्लम बिहेवियर को सॉल्व नहीं करते हैं, तो कल को वो जाकर के उसके दूसरे जो लर्नड बिहेवियर है उसको वो और डेवलप करके ही बिकम्स अ डिफरेंट चाइल्ड. So it is very much important for a teacher to address the behavior of the child as soon as she observes it. So I would like to know that what are the observable behavior? What are the behavior which the teachers observes in the classroom? When you go to the class, जब आप क्लास में जाएंगे तो आप क्या देखते हो फर्स्ट?
hyperactivity.
Hyperactivity, okay.
మామూలు క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఏం గమనిస్తారు? పిల్లలందరూ సైలెంట్ ఉన్నారా లేదా మేడం ఒకటి?
I just want to know, एक टीचर जब क्लास के अंदर जाती है तो वो क्या चीज को ऑब्जर्व करती है, that I want to know.
పిల్లలు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ఎలా వింటున్నారు, ఎట్లా మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారు, పిల్లలు డిస్కషన్ ఏమైనా పెట్టుకుంటున్నారా, డ్రెస్సింగ్ ఎలా ఉన్నది, ప్రాపర్ కూర్చున్నారా లేదా, ఇవన్నీ అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తుంటాం క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళాలి.
Yes.
Children discipline.
Children discipline observe చేస్తారు అన్నమాట. Okay, fine. जब हम क्लास में रहते हैं, जब हम क्लास में as soon as we go, we see that how the child is dressed up. वो एक जगह पे बैठा है या नहीं है.
बाल,
yes, उसका हेयर कैसा है, एज ए कटिंग कैसी है, राइट. वो मतलब ये ऑब्जर्वेबल थिंग्स है, मतलब जैसे एक नॉर्मल इंसान, बिकॉज टीचर्स आर आल्सो ह्यूमन, राइट. When we do this training, it makes us professionals, right? So as a teacher, when we go to the class, what the teacher observe is how the child is sitting, how he speaks with, does he pay respects or not, उठ करके उसने मुझे गुड मॉर्निंग बोला या नहीं बोला. तो ये सब चीजें ऑब्जर्व्ड रहती है, राइट. डिसिप्लिन इज ऑब्जर्व, उसके एक्टिविटीज को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. What are the things which the teacher fails to observe in the classroom, that is more important. जब एक बच्चा किसी को मारता है तो टीचर को दिखता है, oh, this child has hit that child, so that attention is being taken. But एक क्लास में एक बच्चा आंसर ही नहीं देता है, he will never answer, or he or she will never answer in the classroom. Then what? Then what? Are we observing that? क्या हम उनके स्माइल्स को देखते हैं? Do we ever observe the smile of a child? क्या हम ये ऑब्जर्व करते हैं कि ये बच्चा बात क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? Why the child is not speaking? Are we doing that? So ये जो चीजें हैं जो हमें दिखाई नहीं देती है, वो है उसकी क्वाइटनेस इन द क्लासरूम. हम सोचते हैं कि ओ द चाइल्ड इज वेरी सिंसियर, therefore the child is not, therefore he is very quiet, therefore he is not giving the answer. But ऐसा कई बार होता है कि हम उसके सर के ऊपर से हम उसको पढ़ा के चले जाते हैं और उसे कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता है, and he will be totally quiet only in the class. So that quietness, what is the reason for that quietness? It is the responsibility of the teachers to understand that quietness of the child. It is not that always the teacher should understand the temper tantrums or other things, but it is very important for a teacher to understand what really the quietness means in the classroom. So for this, as a D.Ed trainee, as I told you that we are not only the teachers, we are the special teachers, right? So for us, it is very much important to have, to be very empathetic towards the children. I don't say that we should show the sympathy, we should always love, affection. No, we should be very much proper in the documentation. Documentation is one of the important thing which is required for a teacher in our profession. I want everyone to be very clearly, means I want to make it very clear that for us, the document speaks. We don't remember what happened yesterday because we are dealing with many children, but our document speaks. Our date speaks. What we write on those documents speaks. So it is very much important for us to make everything documented. Right, sir? So before behavior assessment, you want me to continue or? Sir, your mic is off.
Trainers, if you have any doubt regarding behavior, so madam will explain to you. Otherwise, madam continue further slides. You may continue, madam.
You want me to continue, sir?
Yeah, madam. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we talk about the documentation, first we required is the assessment. Right? As I said that documentation is one of the important tool in the hands of special educators. So how do we assess the behavior? We have certain tools. So how do we proceed for that? In this class, we are going to have a look on it. And I know that by the passage of the time, when you will document one or two cases, you will be proficient on that. It is only to give the outcome, means it is just the overview of the things which I'm going to give you, how the things should be done in the classroom as a teacher, right? So behavior assessment. What is behavior assessment? When we do the behavior assessment, what we do is, in our mind will be only the problematic behavior, right? We never think what good the child is doing. हमारे माइंड में सिर्फ एक ही चीज आती है, ओ उसका प्रॉब्लम क्या है, उसका प्रॉब्लम क्या चल रहा है, उसको क्या किस तरह से डॉक्यूमेंट करें. नो, द टीचर्स नीड टू एसेस एवरीथिंग. आपको बच्चे का पर्सनल डाटा रहना बहुत ही जरूरी है. उसे क्या चीज अच्छा लगता है, उसे क्या चीज अच्छा नहीं लगता है. These things should be carefully drafted out by a teacher, and it really helps a teacher a lot. आपको ये पता चलता है behavior assessment में we have many methods which we follow. The method and tool is one is a direct observation. When we are there in the classroom, what we do is we directly observe the child about his behavior, and we think that okay, this child is not answering me, he is very hyperactive in the classroom. Because as per your knowledge, when you go to the classroom, आपके माइंड में ये चीजें रहती हैं कि ये टाइप ऑफ बिहेवियर है, जैसे हाइपर एक्टिविटी है एंड एग्रेसिव बिहेवियर है. these are the common behavior which is seen in the classroom. So these things will be there, and that is called as the direct observation by the teacher. And next is, what you are going to do is, then you are starting to interview the child and the parent by prior appointment with the parents. And then slowly you have to be very much patient, you have to be very empathetic with the child, and you have to be very polite. First, the thing is that the teacher should keep in your mind that whatever problem or whatever behavior the child is exhibiting, whatever the child behavior is being exhibited by the child, for that हम बच्चों को कभी blame ना करें. We should never blame a child, because child is not the root cause of the behavior. And behavior, as a teacher, it is our responsibility to what do we say, that to check their behavior and have a proper behavior management plan and try to solve those problems. And when you take this behavior assessment, you, with the direct observation and interview method, you come to know that there are various factors that is triggering. तब आपको बच्चे के बारे में अच्छे से पता चलता है, specifically in the interview method when you speak with the parents also. Because कई टाइम पेरेंट्स ऐसा बोलते हैं, मैम कल तक तो बच्चा बहुत अच्छा था, till yesterday he was very nice, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है उसे, एक हफ्ते से स्कूल में आके ऐसे करता है ये बच्चा, घर में तो बहुत ठीक रहता है, स्कूल में ही आके ऐसा करता है ये बच्चा, घर में बहुत अच्छा रहता है. What does it mean? Because at home the parents are liberal to punish the child, but as a teacher we are not supposed to punish the child, because we are trained professionals, whereas parents are not trained. So ये बिहेवियर इंटरव्यू मेथड में ही आपको पता चलता है कि बच्चे किस तरह से, बच्चों का रीजन क्या है, उसका जो उसके बिफोर कॉजेस क्या है और उसके आफ्टर कॉजेस क्या है, और एट प्रेजेंट वो किस तरह का बिहेवियर शो कर रहा है, इसमें ही आपको पता चलता है. So we have one more basic behavior of children. We have this format. which we are, this is the behavior assessment tool which we are using, and we are going to go very briefly. But before that, I would like to tell you the regarding functional analysis, right? So what do you mean by functional analysis? Functional analysis के बहुत different factors हैं, right? हम बच्चों को कुछ भी करने से, उसके behavior को जानने से पहले हम ये सब चीजें करते हैं. Functional analysis जिसे बोलते हैं. Actually, functional behavior assessment has its origin in ABA. Actually, we use ABC over here. ABC in the sense antecedent behavior, and causes, right? So based on this only we analyze the behavior or the function of the behavior. First आपको ये decide करना है कि what is the purpose of the behavior, मतलब behavior क्यों आया, why that behavior has served the student. And for that we take the help of many people, that is called as the support team. We have the behaviorist in our panel, we have special educators, we have paraprofessionals, case managers. So many peoples are included in our team. जैसे जब हम किसी स्कूल में जाते हैं तो हम सिर्फ एक स्पेशल एजुकेटर या मतलब स्पेशल रेमेडियल टीचर्स नहीं होते हैं. हमारे
అది అమాయకంగా ఉంటేనేమో కోప్పడి చెప్పచ్చు, దానికి తెలియజేయడం బాగున్నాయి, వివరించడే మంచి పద్ధతి.
So when we are there, तो हमारे साथ में एक सपोर्ट टीम काम करते रहती है. And when we define a behavior, as I told you that it should be always measurable and observable. As I told you that what is observable and measurable. Observable is जो हम देखते हैं, जैसे हम क्लास में गए, तो क्लास में जाने के बाद में क्या होता है, हम देखते हैं कि बच्चा किस तरह से बैठा है, किस तरह से क्या कर रहा है. मेजरेबल, हम उसके बिहेवियर के, हम उसके स्माइल्स को, हम उसके सोशल बैकवर्डनेस को यानी क्वाइटनेस को हम मेजर करते हैं. दैट इज विच इज नॉट सीन. सो वी हैव टू मेजर बोथ द थिंग्स. वी हैव टू मेजर द बिहेवियर as well as we have to observe the behavior. And as you know that it is very important for us to gather and determine the cause and function of the behavior. Gathering data is very much important. What do we gather? Gather data से मतलब क्या है? What do you mean by gathering of the data? We have to speak with the parents. हमको पेरेंट्स से बात करना चाहिए. हमें उनके डेवलपमेंटल कॉजेस, डेवलपमेंट उनकी जो डेवलपमेंटल हिस्ट्री है उसको फाइंड आउट करना चाहिए, राइट? और उसके बाद में फिर दूसरी बात यह है कि वहाँ का एनवायरनमेंट कैसा है. मीन्स वी हैव टू कंसिडर दीज थिंग्स व्हेन वी आर गैदरिंग द डाटा. वन इज द डेवलपमेंटल इश्यूज एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज environmental factors. And after analyzing all these things, we have to formulate the hypothesis. What do you mean by hypothesis? Hypothesis का मतलब क्या है? मतलब एक प्रॉपर स्ट्रैटेजी बनाएंगे और ये देखेंगे कि हम किस तरह से उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं. And when we are making an hypothesis, means we are coming to a conclusion that this is the problem the child is exhibiting. Then we start making a behavior intervention plan. Behavior intervention plan. What do you mean by behavior intervention plan? When we make the behavior intervention plan, the teacher should always be very positive in teaching methods. You have to learn new teaching methods. You have to apply different types of TLM, right? Why? Because it is very much important that, as we say that we are those teachers who doesn't teach the children just with the blackboards, just with the boards and these things. We have to teach the children in the way they like, not as we want. You have to reach those children. Therefore, we are special for the children because we understand the student better than others. So we have to make a plans involving different types of teaching method, and at the same time we should have a proper replacement of behavior method. Teacher should always be very positive in the sense never negativity and withdrawing method should not come, right? And when we are giving and implementing the behavior intervention plan, your instruction should be very clear and it should create a very positive relationship with the child, because during making this plan we have to connect with the child. As I told you in my first slide that behavior is nothing but getting connected with the child. That is more important. And as I told you that being a teacher, we are documenting everything and we have to document that whether the behavior is increasing or the behavior is decreasing. So behavior depends upon its duration. These three factors, how do we record the behavior? How do we record the behavior? Behavior depends upon the frequency. Frequency in the sense, कितने बार आता है? सर तेलुगुलो చెప్తారా పిల్లలకి? Frequency means
పౌనపున్యం.
okay. And intensity, matlab how much intensity it is. Intensity in the sense how much it affects the development of the child. Means the way the behavior occurs, and extreme level, as we say that mild, moderate, severe. So what is that level of intensity and up to what duration? I can just explain you of that fits. We calculate this very seriously when the child suffers from the fits. We see the duration, how the child and how often the child is getting and what is the duration of that fits. So here also as a teacher, it is very much important to consider these three factors, and you have to record this in the behavior management format. We are having these three recording: how often it comes, what is the frequency and the intensity and the duration. You have to mark it up. And the factors that help us to understand and manage behavior problem is these things you know very well: self-stimulation factors, skill deficit factors, escapism, tangible factors, and attention-seeking factors. These factors help us to manage several behavior problem, and we will do how these things will help us, right? So when we are following the behavior management technique, as I told you that we have to change the antecedent. What do you mean by behavior management technique? As I told that we are the professionals, right? And as I told you, we are never sympathetic towards anyone. We should have the empathy and we should have a proper planning. And what is this planning? Means what are the techniques we can use in the classroom for particular child? This is one of the very important thing which we should know when we are dealing with the behavior problematic behavior. One is changing the antecedent. As I told you that behavior consists of three things. That is, one is ABC. Let us just behavior. What is the before factor? Antecedent means before factors. What happened before? Under what situation the behavior occurred? And what is the consequence of that behavior? Changing factors, antecedents means we have to change the settings. Like sometimes what happens is we are taking the class and immediately there is a change in the timetable, right? Timetable में change होता है. आपको class में जाना है और आपको एक प्रिंसिपल ने एक टाइम टेबल दिया, उसमें आपका टाइम टेबल चेंज है और आपको कहीं और जाना है. So at particular moment, just think, place yourself and think, what will you see? You will just get annoyed. See, the things which comes in my mind is, I had planned this for my class, which is not happening. I have to go there. It totally disturbs my mind. So the same things happen when something that triggers, means जब हमारे एक settings में change हो जाती है, तो it automatically normal human being, normal person को भी it affects. So naturally the child who is having the problem behavior, it will affect him a lot, and it is very difficult for him to cope up. So you have to find out what is the antecedent and you have to change that. Second is extinction. You can call extinction as a ignorance also, means ignoring the part. As I told you that in the classroom, the child is shouting, unnecessary screaming, right? So what do you do then? Rather than paying more attention, आप उसकी तरफ ज़्यादा attention देने की जगह आपको क्या करना चाहिए? आपको ignore करना चाहिए. That is very much important, right? So ignore जब ignore करेंगे तो what will happen? Ignore means it is not ignoring the total behavior of the child. It is ignoring that particular behavior at that particular time. Right? ऐसा नहीं है कि आप totally ignore करके उसको क्लास में वैसे ही छोड़ देंगे. Don't do that. Right? You have to take care. That ignoring means you are not listening to what he is telling. That is more important. Yeah. Second is timeout. What do you mean by timeout, children? Anyone knows this technique of timeout? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
No one? Yes? अभी खेला है ये गेम, टाइम आउट गेम? बचपने में खेलते थे, if you remember. Yes? When we were very small, we used to play this game. चलो चलो टाइम आउट हो गया. When the child loses something, you know what he does? He totally spoils the game. Right? Totally spoils the game, and he says that okay, time out हो गया, चलो 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 सभी लोग चलो वापस. So that is time out here also. You have to use this technique of time out because the child wants to play, and what you are going to do is you say no, the time is out and you're out of the game. Right? Means reward. जब एक बच्चे को reward मिलता है ना, if by praising I am getting 1 star over here, and I show to my father, oh my God, my teacher gave me a star over here. Hippie pure, right? See, I had given you the star and I'm going to take out because your behavior is bad. That is time out. Taking out the reward, that is called as a time out in our behavior technique. Yes? So I told you that you have to change the antecedent. Ignorant, time out means taking out the reward. Coming to the restitution. What do you mean by restitution? Yes, sir. Yes. Restitution. What do you mean by restitution, children? Restitution means overcorrection. Overcorrection मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ. ओवर करेक्शन का मतलब क्या है? सपोज एक बच्चे ने हमें एज ए टीचर हम बच्चों को बोल रहे हैं प्लीज यूज द डस्टबिन व्हेन यू आर शार्पनिंग द पेंसिल. ओके, हम क्या बोल रहे हैं बच्चे को? प्लीज यूज द डस्टबिन व्हेन यू आर शार्पनिंग द पेंसिल. बट बच्चे ने क्या किया? जो प्लेस में वो खड़ा है वहीं पर उसने पेंसिल को शार्प किया. राइट? हमने पेंसिल को शार्प किया. पेंसिल को शार्प करने के बाद में व्हाट वी हैव डन इज उसको वहीं पर जहां पर हम खड़े हैं वहीं पर फेंक दिया। उसके साथ में हमने पूरे कचरा मतलब पेपर्स वगैरह को लेकर के भी वहीं पे फेंक दिया। अदरवाइज वी हैव स्पिल्ड द वाटर बॉटल में पानी था एंड वाटर बॉटल में पानी था एंड वाटर बॉटल में पानी उसने स्पिल आउट कर दिया। ऊपर से पूरे टेक्स्ट बुक्स वगैरह जो भी था वो इट इज ऑन द फ्लोर। सो व्हाट द चाइल्ड हैज डन, बच्चे ने क्या किया? बच्चे ने क्या किया? पूरे क्लास के एनवायरनमेंट को डिस्टर्ब किया। सो अदर चाइल्ड इज टेलिंग, मैडम सी दैट चाइल्ड इज डूइंग दिस। उसने क्या कर दिया? उसने पूरे बेंच को खराब कर दिया। शी spilled the water, she has thrown the dust, she has thrown the bags, everything is there in the haphazard manner. So what you are going to do? What are you going to do then? Right? What are you going to do is, आप उसको ये बोलना है, please take out your pencil, paper, keep it in your bag, keep your water bottle properly, अपने water bottle को properly. This is called as correction, right? But as a teacher, आप थोड़े गुस्से हो जाओगे and you will say you are going to clean all the table, and as a punishment you are going to clean the other table also. वहां से भी जो कचरा है, वहां पे भी जो भी वो what do we say, that dust, papers वगैरह जो रखे हुए हैं उसको भी आप हटाएंगे. That also you have to remove. Then that is called as restitution, right? So over correction should be avoided. Next is response. Correction is required, children. Correction is required, but over correction need to be with very rare cases. Coming to the response cost. What do you mean by response cost? If you have remembered, I still remember when I was there in the school, when we were not speaking in English. जब हम English में बात नहीं करते थे तो, as you know that English teachers are always very strict. So they used to keep us fine. कि आपको ये fine भरना है if you are not talking in English. So that is called as response cost. Physical restraint. Physical restraint means the child is playing and he misbehaved and he has created one problem. So what we are going to do is, what we are going to do during that time, we are restraining the child physically from that place. हम बच्चे को वो प्लेस से मतलब वो गेम से हटा करके उसे थोड़ी देर वहां पर खड़े रहने के लिए बोलते हैं. That is called as physical restraint. Another is differential rewards. You know very well that different types of rewards can be given, like listening to the music, playing, giving one toy, giving one token, giving one star. These are the different types of differential rewards which we use. Some children, they love to have chocolates. It's not possible for us to give the chocolates, but yes, as a teacher, what I used to do is, I used to carry the gems packet, right? So gems packet में क्या रहता था? Colorful chocolates रहते थे. The children will be very happy to see those colorful chocolates, and as a reward, we used to give that. Gradual exposure to fears. What happens sometimes if you see that some children will be very much, they will be very phobiatic, means उन्हें बहुत डर लगता है. तो धीरे धीरे उन्हें क्या करना है, एक ही साथ नहीं, आप एक ही साथ उनको फियर के साथ में एक्सपोज करोगे तो उन लोग और डर जाएंगे. तो देयर शुड बी अ ग्रेजुअल एक्सपोजर टू द फियर्स. एंड as a teacher, it is very much important that you are showing the conveying displeasure. Means आपका जो expressions है, आपके जो command है, आपका जो face है, it shows many things to the student, right? कि you're angry, you're very firm, you want the child to do that, so you should be very firm in conveying the displeasure to the children that your behavior is not appropriate, it is causing disturbance to me. So आपका face, not, you should not harm the child, you should not punish the child, but yes, your face expression should show many things to the children. And if you see that, in our cases, we see in our class, we will see many children are verbally not strong. They are not able to communicate with us. Since they're having the speech disability, so they have delayed speech. So when they are not able to express themselves, so at that time we use this visual clues also. What should be done before and what should be done after that. So these are the different types of behavior techniques which we use in the class. So next is, these are the functions, you can say that, which is being shown over here, factors. That is, when we take the rewards from the child, what he has earned, that is called as the timeout. Just now I told. Second is, we are restricting the child for the physical movement, that is called as the physical restraint. And when we remove the reward permanently, that is called as extinction. And when we restore the disturbed situation, that is called as the over correction or restitution, right? So not with the least, let us move with this. As a teacher, what is our role towards the parent? Yes, I would like to want some answers from the trainees, that what, as a teacher, what do you want the parents to do for you? Yes, teachers? Anyone? कोई भी आंसर देंगे कि आप अपने पेरेंट्स से क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हो?
Parents should be interactive with the children. Always they should interact with children.
Yes, पेरेंट्स को हमेशा इंटरेक्टिव रहना चाहिए. ओके,
और मैम बच्चों के क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है उसको भी देखना चाहिए मैम.
बच्चों की क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है देखना चाहिए. तो जब हम
giving freedom to children,
to give the freedoms to the children. Okay, any others?
बच्चे के मसले को समझना चाहिए टीचर.
हम यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं टीचर और पेरेंट्स के रोल को, राइट? मतलब जब हम पेरेंट्स से क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं और पेरेंट्स हमसे क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. आप सबको ये तो पता होगा कि पेरेंट इज वन ऑफ द इम्पोर्टेंट, plays an important role in the life cycle of a child. आप इस चीज को एग्री करते हैं सभी लोग?
yes ma'am.
हाँ मैम बिल्कुल.
और अगर पेरेंट्स कोऑपरेटिव हो तो टीचर्स के लिए और भी आसान होता है कि हम बच्चे को किस तरह से डेवलप करें. मतलब अगर एक साल में अगर जो हम रिस्पॉन्सेस एक बच्चे से हम अकेले कर सकते हैं, अगर हम वो पेरेंट्स का साथ ले तो उससे जल्दी होता है. क्या आप इस चीज को मानते हैं सभी लोग?
yes ma'am, of course.
हाँ मैम.
यस, मींस
हाँ मैम.
इसके लिए टीचर का जो एटीट्यूड है पेरेंट्स की तरफ कैसे रहना चाहिए, वेरी क्लियर होना चाहिए, राइट? देयर शुड बी नो पॉलिशिंग. नो पॉलिशिंग इन द सेंस, हमें किसी भी तरह से बच्चों का जो मतलब स्किल है, स्टार्टिंग ही हमें ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए आपका बच्चा क्लास में झगड़ते रहता है, कहीं पर भी लाइन से लेकर के जाओ वहां पर लाइन तोड़ देता है, ही हार्म अदर, बच्चों की चीजें ले लेता है. तो हम जैसे ही पेरेंट्स से मिलते हैं, अगर हम पूरे उसके नेगेटिव ट्रेट्स को गिनाते जाएंगे तो व्हाट विल हैपन? व्हाट विल हैपन? पेरेंट्स क्या सोचेगा आपके बारे में? ठीक है, मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ. मैं एज ए पेरेंट मेरे बच्चे के स्कूल में गई और उनके टीचर ने मुझसे कहा कि आपका ये बच्चा, आई हैव 2 किड्स, राइट? एक बच्चे क्लास में गई, क्लास वर्क कंप्लीट नहीं करता है, नोटबुक कंप्लीट नहीं करता है, टाइम पे लंच से बाहर जाओगे तो वापस नहीं आता है, क्लास को बहुत डिस्टर्ब करता है, राइट? दैट इज फर्स्ट थिंग। दूसरे इस क्लास में गई, दूसरे बच्चे के लिए गई, तो द टीचर सेज, ओ माय गॉड मैम, योर चाइल्ड इज वेरी फाइन, बहुत अच्छा है उसका बिहेवियर, बहुत गुड है, टाइम पे काम कंप्लीट करता है एंड स्पोर्ट्स बहुत अच्छे से खेलता है। बट उसका जो मतलब उसमें हमें उसके साथ में ये प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है कि वो अपने नोट्स सही टाइम पे कंप्लीट नहीं करता है, और नोट कंप्लीट नहीं होने की वजह से वो दूसरों को तंग करता है। सो आपने पेरेंट्स को बच्चों के कितने पॉजिटिव ट्रेट को गिनाए? 2 से 3, कि वो खेल में बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छे से बात करता है, राइट? बट आपको क्या ट्रिगर कर रहा है कि वो ये
कि वो
काम नहीं
notes
करता है?
complete.
तो parents would like to listen more than positive things and then jump up with 2 negative things. That is more important, because parents हमसे ज्यादा बच्चों के साथ में घर पे रहते हैं. They know that their children are problematic, they are having the problem difficulties, behavior difficulties, बट क्लास में आने के बाद में भी हर दफे जब आएंगे तो अगर हम उल्टी बातें सुनेंगे तो naturally the parent will not be happy. So we have to inform the condition about the child, but yes, you have to sort it out. आपको कुछ ऐसे पॉजिटिव पॉइंट्स बच्चों के लेके रखना चाहिए जो पेरेंट के लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. 2-3 times 2-3 sentences बहुत अच्छे से सुनने के बाद में, if the parents listen what the problem the teacher is facing, then parents अपना हाथ भी आपके साथ में आगे बढ़ाएंगे, and you can have a very good team where you can have the child involved, parent involved for the development of the overall development of the child, right? So I have just to share one example over here. That is, during lunchtime, Rajni has nothing to do and she sits alone in the corner of the room and starts rocking her body. Like this, she rocks, right? And what does the teacher does is, she gives a toy to play, right? तो इसका first क्या है? इसका behavior, while since the child is free, therefore the child is rocking because she doesn't have anything to do. So that is the before behavior, means antecedent behavior, means during lunch time में रजनी के पास में कुछ भी नहीं था करने के लिए. So वो क्या करती थी? वो एक कॉर्नर में बैठ करके चेयर के ऊपर रोल होते रहती थी, रॉक करते रहती थी. तो टीचर ने बिहेवियर को ऑब्जर्व करके क्या किया? She has given a toy to play. So this is the example how to ABC of behavior, how to note it down, right? कि उसका behavior क्या है, उसका antecedent क्या है और उसके consequences क्या होंगे. Am I clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So just moving up with the, what do we say that? One more slide which I want everyone to know over here is, I'm just sharing the new screen with you. Just give me one time. Can you see the screen, children? Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Are you able to see the behavior management program?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So this is whatever we said till now. When you are there in the classroom, we are supposed to follow this behavior management program. In this, it is divided into many steps. You can see that it is totally divided into 7 to 8 steps. Yeah, 8 steps are there. And first, let us quickly refer to this sheet, that what we are going to do. First, we have to identify the problem, what the problem really is, right? And you have to write, as you see the problem, you have to just pen it down. As I told you, that documentation is really very important in our field. So first we are supposed to identify the problem, and whatever you feel about that problem, just write it down in 1 and 2 sentences. And then you have to give the statement like the child is the child is hitting in the classroom. He steals in the classroom. He is very hyperactive. So you have to use the behavioral term in the second step. During this third step, you have to select, see, at a time we cannot manage or we cannot change many behaviors at a time. So what we have to do is, we have to select 1 or 2 behavior which you can change, which is most important, and which you feel that you can really change, and that you make it as a goal, and you just select 2 problems. At the same time, as a trainer, as a teacher, you have to see what type of differential rewards we are going to select for the child. Reward in the sense, it, as I told you, it can be anything what the child likes. When you are there observing the child, and in the interview method itself, you have to find out what the children likes in the classroom, whether he loves to like the music, he wants toys, he wants stickers, right? So these rewards should be charted down over here. And then, as I told you, that in the step 5, you have to record the baseline of the problem behavior. Recording technique is very much important. Its intensity, its frequency, and its duration. You have to write all these things in this recording technique. Means when we record the problem behavior, we have to take these 3 things into consideration. कि कितनी बार आता है, frequency क्या है उसकी intensity क्या है, is it very mild है या very moderate है या बहुत ही severe है, वो भी आपको mention करना है. और उसके बाद में frequency, intensity, yes, 3 you have to find it out. That you have to note. Problem behavior 1 का frequency क्या है, उसकी intensity क्या है, right? और उसका duration क्या है, कितनी देर तक वो रहता है. That you have to record in the 5th step. Coming to the next one, as I told you, that functional analysis. This is the very important phase when we are writing the behavior management plan, that is the functional analysis of that. कौन सा situation में वो problem occur हुआ था, ऐसा कोई particular दिन था, was there any particular time of the day when the problem is likely to occur, and ऐसे कोई people associated थे, यानी किसी को देख करके, किसी person को देख करके क्या वो problem occur हो रहा है, that you have to mention it out. The point should be very clear. See, they had given you in a very brief manner that कौन सा situation था, कौन से particular time में था, right? और क्या उसके साथ में कोई particular person associated थे वो problem occur होने के time पे. This you have to note it out. And जब एक problem behavior occur हुआ, उससे पहले क्या किसी ने उस बच्चे से ये कहा या किसी कुछ करने के लिए कहा, and क्या बच्चे ने किसी चीज को refuse कर दिया, right? So that all things to be noted in this functional analysis. During the problem, what is happening during the occurrence of the behavior problem? जब आपको लग रहा है कि ये behavior occur हो रहा है, तो उस timings में क्या हुआ, right? कितने time, how many times वो behavior एक particular day में हो रहा था, means how many times of a day the प्रॉब्लम अकर्ड एंड उसका ड्यूरेशन क्या था, कितनी देर तक द प्रॉब्लम वाज देयर. ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू हैव टू नोट इट आउट. एंड व्हाट हैपेंस उसके बाद में, जब वो बिहेवियर हुआ उसके बाद में, हाउ इज द चाइल्ड फीलिंग, राइट. उसके बाद में द फीलिंग्स एंड मतलब you have to see immediately what is happening, not that after 10 minutes or 15 minutes what happened. That should not be mentioned over here. Immediately, जैसे एक behavior problem हुआ उसके बाद में बच्चा how did he feel, so then you will be able to know that whether the behavior is acquired behavior where the child is feeling pleasure or not. If the child is feeling pleasure by doing certain things, then naturally what will happen, the behavior will occur simultaneously, right. And the which person is mostly affected in the class when the problem is occurring, right. जब एक प्रॉब्लम बिहेवियर आता है, राइट, जब हम स्कूल के बारे में बात करते हैं तो naturally what happens is after certain times it goes to the principal and the principal will say that this type of behavior is occurring. So what is being more affected, whether the school is being affected or outside the school उसके बिहेवियर से स्कूल के बाहर इफेक्ट हो रहा है, दैट आल्सो यू हैव टू मेंशन इट अप. एंड as I told you that school is one of the important area where the child learns, but at the same time does it affecting the normal functioning of the school, उसके बिहेवियर से क्या दूसरे बच्चों को इफेक्ट होने के साथ साथ में स्कूल के नॉर्मल फंक्शन को भी इफेक्ट हो रहा है, दैट आल्सो यू आर सपोज्ड टू आइडेंटिफाई. And next is what the child is benefit by indulging in such a problematic behavior. Means, as I told you that behavior is a communication, and the child feels that he is getting benefited by doing this. So what benefit the child is getting by creating such a problematic behavior, that you have to chart it out. And when you are maintaining the behavior management program, then you have to see what are the technique you have used, whether you have used the technique of timeout, restitution, or you can say that physical restraint or changing the antecedents, self-management techniques, what are the rewards you are using, you have to mention over here in the 7th phase. And the last phase is the evaluation of the behavior, that is recording what happened when all these techniques, when all this functional analysis has been done, what is being evaluated, whether the behavior is increasing or the behavior is decreasing. So when you are there with all this documentation, I'm sure that you will be able to find it out, the problem, the root cause, and how to solve those problematic behavior in the classroom. The children, do you have any questions regarding this behavior format?
Trainees, you may ask questions if you have any doubts regarding what madam has presented so far. Yes, Charigaru?
Yes, sir. Trainees, yeah, trainees. After knowing the behavior problem, madam, how we are going to address the situation, madam?
Yes, sir.
After knowing the problems faced by the, after knowing the behavioral problems of the children, next,
Yes.
what is the next step, madam? And how we are going to treat?
How do you
guide? How we are going to counsel?
Sir, I'm not able to hear the question properly.
No, madam. Suppose if a child has some behavioral problem, madam,
Okay.
in the classroom, you noticed next which కార్యక్రమం ఏంటి మేడం, నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేస్తాం మనం, సొల్యూషన్.
If a child is having a problem, behavior problem in the classroom, how the teacher will correct it up?
Yes, madam. Handle how the teacher is going to handle the situation. Is there any procedural way or general normal?
See, it is not the classroom management technique which we are using as a special educators, right?
Okay.
As a professional in this area, the school has certain expectations from the appointed teachers because they are appointing the specialized professionals in these areas. So I better suggest all the teachers, if the problem is very small, if it is can be controlled in the classroom, it can be verbally said. But yes, it is very much important to use the format which I had shown you, different techniques, whatever, for to use the format, especially for these children. These format will help the children, not only the teachers, not only to solve the issues of the problem behavior of the children, but at the same time, these format will really help the teachers to know the cause, frequency, and the decreasing evaluation will reveal the decreasing and increasing effect of the behavior of the child.
One thing I want to again, you did, you served for 6 years or 5 years for Springdale High School. So you saw so many students there. Now you are working in Chirag International School. Is there any difference? Or childs are all are same? The rich, I mean, Chirag means very rich people. So in those, that people also, in those people also, they are very rich background. So how the behavior of the students?
Since behavior, since I told you that I worked with the low budget private school and I was working as a head of the school for that particular area,
Okay.
where the behavior problem was too much. As a principal, when I worked there, I felt so many things, means which as a principal I was not able to handle sometimes. So that was the main reason. Again, I upgraded myself. I had done my B.Ed in special education. Actually, I went for the learning difficulties, but at the time, then I was B.Ed, and as a principal, when I found that these children need specific techniques to handle, because there were too many behavior issues during that time. So these, when I had done that, it was really awesome for me. And you cannot say that, you cannot compare both the school. Why? Because children are children. Whether it is a high-end school or it is a low-end school. If the children over here will have the problem of basic things that is turning into the behavior, Chirag, or you can say the high-end schools will have the problem based on there, because there the mothers are more working, they are not able to give proper time to the children, and the children are hyperactive, they are more they are exposed to so many new things.
Yeah, I know, madam. A little bit I know. Cigarettes, and some drugs. Some people are using. That is one problem.
But yes, systematic approach to all the things really helps all the students to overcome all these, all the trainees to overcome the problems at any situation.
Yes.
Because we don't know. In our trainee system, if you see so many children who have joined us today, tomorrow they will go to some remote places, somebody will go to urban places. So entirely the scenario, means the environmental factors will be changed. So they have to act according to the environment where they are lying up.
We have a principal, one more principal, ma'am. Srinivas sir, principal died Nizamabad, madam. Sinana, do you want to interact with ma'am? Namaste, ma'am.
Madam, good morning. Namaste, sir. Namaste. Jani Reddy, sir. Namaste. Pillallandaru kuda namaste. Very nice class. Thank you for inviting me. Such a wonderful class. Madam, very nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Can we get the slides of your class, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, sir. Already I had sent to sir.
Ramachari, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Okay. I'll get it from him, sir, ma'am.
I will send them.
Okay. Thank
I
you,
had sent
Ramachari,
both
sir.
the
Thank you,
format.
Janet, sir.
I had sent
Sure.
both the format as well as the slides, which will be
Okay.
really useful for the children. And if you
Okay.
want, I will just add the reference material also, and no issues.
So
Oh,
nice.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Trainees, do you want to interact with ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello, ma'am.
Madam, if you don't mind, please screen share आप इस तरह share screen.
మేడం కు వినబడలేదేమో చారి సార్.
Poonam madam.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, కొంచెం share screen ఆపేస్తారా? Share screen madam.
Yeah.
Make it full madam. Yeah.
Still it is there. You are sharing your screen, man.
You just give me some time, sir.
Okay. Just stop ఉంటుంది మేడం దానిపైన క్లిక్ సరిపోతుంది.
ఎట్లు ఇది
You can just put the
పైన స్టాప్ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ రెడ్ కలర్ ఉంది అదే కదా?
రెడ్ సింబల్ అన్న.
సో నేను స్టాప్ షేర్ చేసేసాను కానీ ఇక్కడ వస్తలేదు. ఎగ్జిట్ ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ స్టాప్ షేర్.
అయితే హోస్ట్ ను మార్చమని చెప్పు చారి సార్.
yeah, it's okay.
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే మ్యామ్. ఓకే మ్యామ్.
Okay, Ramachari garu, you can conclude the session.
Yes sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you very much for your detailed description on identify the issues and how to control and the role of the teacher. It is very clear that the entire process. Right.
Trainees, ఎవరు మాట్లాడతారమ్మా? 100
Yes, sir.
53 వచ్చింది. Nazarin, yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, dear.
हाँ मैम, एक क्लासरूम में मैम एक अच्छा पढ़ने वाला बच्चा होता है और उसके मुकाबिल एक कम पढ़ने वाला बच्चा होता है। तब टीचर करते क्या है कि अच्छे पढ़ने वाले बच्चे की तारीफ कर देते हैं उसके सामने कम पढ़ने वाले बच्चे की। तब मैम क्या होता है मैम उस पर, क्या वो अच्छा पढ़ेगा या फिर वो पढ़ेगा ही नहीं मैम?
आपका कहने का मतलब ये है कि एक क्लास में दो बच्चे हैं जो एक बहुत अच्छा पढ़ता है और दूसरा बच्चा नहीं पढ़ता है। अगर उसके सामने अगर हम किसी बच्चे की तारीफ कर देते हैं तो दूसरा बच्चा पढ़ेगा या नहीं? दैट इज योर क्वेश्चन?
हाँ मैम।
See, यहाँ पे you are taking two cases. One is the child. एक वो बच्चा है जिसके मार्क्स मतलब जो बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ता है, एंड एक दूसरा बच्चा है जो नहीं पढ़ता है.
जो नहीं पढ़ता.
Yes. So if you see the family also, family have many children. एक अगर डॉक्टर है तो दूसरा डॉक्टर बने ये जरूरी नहीं है. So there should not be any comparison. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
As a trainee आपकी क्लास में भी जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स होंगे, अगर आप में एक क्वालिटी है तो दूसरे में भी अपनी एक क्वालिटी होगी. ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब हम किसी को अगर हम किसी की तारीफ कर रहे हैं तो वो बच्चा मतलब आगे अच्छे से नहीं पढ़ेगा और दूसरा बच्चा लो फील होगा. नहीं, आपको दो बच्चों को टू डिफरेंट नजरिए से देखना है. एक बच्चे को करना है बट उसको कंपेयर नहीं करना है. जब आप दूसरे बच्चे के साथ बोल रहे हैं, सी हाउ नाइसली दिस राजू इज डूइंग एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज कंपैरिजन.
Exactly.
राइट? आप अगर ये बोले, सपोज यू से दैट इस राहुल एंड राजू वी विल टेक, राजू स्कोर्स गुड मार्क्स एंड राहुल को कम मार्क्स आते हैं, तो आप राहुल को कभी ये नहीं बोलना है कि देखो राजू is scoring 90% and you see you're scoring only 40%, what is it? That should not be there, right? आपको ये बोलना चाहिए you have got 40%, no problem Rahul, next time you have to work hard and you have to score better marks. जरूरी नहीं है जिसको मतलब एक सब्जेक्ट बहुत अच्छे से आता है दूसरे को ना. See, you have scored so nice marks in mathematics, then why you should try that much hard to score good in science also. तो आप कंपैरिजन नहीं करेंगे राहुल को और रमेश, मतलब रमेश को. Both the things you should not compare. रमेश रमेश है, राहुल राहुल, right? Not even in the family, not even in the classroom.
कंपेयर
थैंक यू मैम.
उनको उनसे करना, कल का श्रीनिवास से आज का श्रीनिवास को कंपेयर करना, आज का श्रीनिवास से पढ़ना, ऐसा है नहीं मैडम? क्वालिटी के लिए we should compare with his previous background, previous history.
Yes, not with the comparison with the child who is sitting beside or who is scoring more.
यस मैम, थैंक यू मैम, आज की क्लास बहुत अच्छी थी मैम.
Thank you so much, my dear.
Yes.
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम.
Yeah.
Yes, good morning, Bushra.
यस मैम, अब बहुत अच्छा समझा मैम. और आप जो बिहेवियरल चेंजेस के बारे में बोले, मैं अपनी टीचिंग प्रैक्टिस में बहुत सारे बच्चों को ऑब्जर्व करी मैम. तो मेरी क्लास में जो मैं ऑब्जर्व करी, तो मैं आपसे कुछ एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाह रही हूँ मैम, और आपसे एक क्वेश्चन भी पूछना चाह रही हूँ
जी.
कि मैम एक बच्चा होता है, एक बच्चे बहुत मतलब फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, और एक बच्चा जो है अच्छा पढ़ता है उसमें, और एक बच्चा नहीं अच्छा पढ़ता है. तो वो बच्चा जो अच्छा पढ़ता है, वो बच्चा जो अच्छा नहीं पढ़ता है, उसको हमेशा ये करता है कि खेलेंगे पढ़ेंगे नहीं. वो बच्चा पढ़ना भी चाहता है, उसका अगर इंटरेस्ट भी है तो उसे वो खेलने की तरफ रागिब करता है दूसरा बच्चा. तो ऐसे बच्चों से हम कैसे डील करें मैम क्लास में? बच्चों को मतलब असर होता है मैम, पीयर्स के भी ज्यादा फ्रेंड्स का असर होता है उनके बिहेवियर के ऊपर.
So why तो ऐसा क्यों नहीं है कि मतलब जो पीयर है, जो अच्छा पढ़ता है, उसका असर ये बच्चे पे गए? अगर आप ये बोलते हैं कि ये बच्चा अच्छा नहीं पढ़ रहा है और ये बच्चा अच्छा पढ़ रहा है, सपोज विश्रा, आई विल टॉक टू राहुल एंड रमेश, ले लीजिए आप. रमेश अच्छा पढ़ रहा है और राहुल अच्छा नहीं पढ़ता है, तो राहुल हमेशा रमेश को अपनी तरफ खींचना चाहेगा कि खेल की तरफ.
यस.
ऐसे टेक्निक्स आप लोग क्लास में क्यों नहीं अपनाते हैं ताकि रमेश राहुल को अपनी तरफ खींच सके? मीन्स as I told you that behavior replacement is important. Appropriate behavior replacement is important. And in my class, I made it a very specific point that behavior, हम एक टाइमिंग्स में सिर्फ 2 behaviors को लेंगे, right? So it is, यहीं पर आपका चैलेंज शुरू होता है, because the bad behavior always attracts, right? मैंने अभी आपको कहा था कि जब एक बच्चा क्लास में चिल्ला रहा था, he has completed his picture and he just shouted. तो एज ए टीचर आपने क्या एक्सपेक्ट किया? आपने किस पे रिवर्ट किया? आपने ये कहा कि हमने why are you shouting in the class? Why are you screaming? Right? But आपने ये नहीं कहा oh my God, Rahul, you have completed the work. Will you please show me how you have done your work? So rather than acknowledging the good behavior, you have acknowledged wantedly or unwantedly bad behavior. So now the child knew that he has acquired a bad behavior. Means मैं ऐसे करूँगा तो मेरे टीचर का attention होगा. So here also, when there is 2 type of behavior existing in the class, it is always seen that bad behavior is always attracted by the children. So as a teacher, it is your task to replace that bad behavior towards the good behavior. That is your challenge in that class.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable words.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning.
Right,
Good morning,
sir.
madam. Good
Great.
morning, madam.
Yes.
बोलो अफसर.
Yes, sir.
सर मैम एक डाउट एक क्वेश्चन था हमारा कि जब हम टीपी में कर रहे थे मतलब क्लासेस ले रहे थे ना, जो बच्चे अच्छा पढ़ते हैं उनके नोट्स क्यों खराब करते, जो नहीं पढ़ते उनको नहीं है। हम कोशिश करें नए पढ़ने वाले क्यों नहीं पढ़ रहे उसकी सोचे, उन्हें आखिर क्यों नहीं पढ़ रहे, उनके नोट्स देखे, सब कुछ है रहने के बाद भी उन्हें पढ़ने वालों का ध्यान अपने तरफ खींचने की कोशिश करते, और उनके जो नोट्स रहते कुछ भी उनका मटेरियल जो स्टडी में यूज होता है उसे गायब कर देते ताकि उन्हें पढ़ नहीं सकना बोल के। तो ऐसे बच्चों को हम कैसा डील करना मैडम?
See you इसमें आपको आपके बिहेवियर को एनालाइज मतलब अंडर कौन से सिचुएशन में ये बिहेवियर अप्लाई हो रहा है.
ओके मैडम.
Right? You have to see the ABC of the behavior. What is the consequence? What is the behavior occurring and under which situation the behavior is occurring? That is important to note it out. कि बच्चा बुक्स फाड़ रहा है तो क्यों फाड़ रहा है? Is it that कि teacher is praising the notebook of the child too much? Is it that कि उसको मतलब स्टार नहीं आ रहा है and you have given 10 star to this boy and the child is feeling inferior and the child is showing to the class that, oh my God, see, I have got 10 stars. So that inferiority complex, naturally the child is developing. So you have to see, you have to estimate, you have to think what is the antecedent behavior, antecedent situation under which this type of behavior is occurring. And based on that, you have to apply the technique.
ओके मैडम, थैंक यू मैडम. आपकी क्लास बहुत अच्छी थी मैडम.
Thank you, Afshan.
Afshan, thank you.
वेलकम मैडम.
और कोई अम्मा? शिव कृष्णा, अनिता बेटा, शिव कृष्णा. ओके, प्रिंसिपल गारू, जानी सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम.
सोफिया.
Yes, good morning, Sophia.
मैम बच्चे को खेल में ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है तो हम उसको पढ़ाई की तरफ किस तरह राग़िब कर सकते हैं मैम?
You have to make your class more interesting. Since the play, देखिए गेम ऐसी चीज है जिससे सभी बच्चे लोग अट्रैक्टेड किया, हम भी अट्रैक्टेड रहते हैं.
थोड़ा देर
Rather
मौका
than
देना.
reading, we feel that we should watch the cricket match. Yes?
हाँ.
Why?
हाँ.
Because cricket match is more interesting than our teaching.
मोर इंटरेस्टेड. हाँ, उसको इंटरेस्ट है मैम, उसको पसंद है.
I told you that the teaching method should always be very much innovative. Teaching method should always be with positive reinforcement to the child, right? It should be
Yes,
rewarding for the child.
Yes,
Why
ma'am.
it is that कि classroom में जब एक बच्चा पढ़ता है, when he learns it in the classroom, the child is not able to pay much attention, and the teacher tries to innovate many different methods like visuals हो गया. As you people may be knowing, we are using different types of visuals, audio methods to teach the children in the class. I think all of you may be knowing VAKT method.
Playway methods.
Yes.
हाँ मैम.
We use
Playway method.
TLMs. हम बहुत सारे TLM को use करते हैं in the classroom to teach the children. So I told you that हमें बच्चों को उस तरीके से नहीं पढ़ाना चाहिए जिस तरह से हम चाहते हैं. हमें बच्चों को उस तरीके से पढ़ाना चाहिए जिस तरह से वो चाहते हैं. आजकल बहुत सारे मेथड हैं. स्टोरी टेलिंग मेथड्स आर देयर, प्लेवे मेथड इज देयर, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ यूज ऑफ TLM is there. So you have to apply different types of teaching techniques to make the class more interesting. The time has gone.
Yes, ma'am.
क्या है जब टीचर ब्लैक बोर्ड में पढ़ाते थे या फिर गुरु शिष्य के साथ में पढ़ाते थे पेड़ के नीचे, तो तब भी बच्चे पढ़ते थे, बट आज वो दौर नहीं है. Yes, children
Yes,
are
ma'am.
exposed to many things. Why is it? Yes, so please
Yes.
innovate new methods of teaching. Make the class more interesting, more colorful, more lively, more participatory. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Let
ma'am.
the children question you, his doubts. Be friendly, be patient. Do not get annoyed. So these are the certain things the teacher should have the qualities when we are there in the classroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, hope I'm clear.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks to. Okay, ma'am. Thanks to you, ma'am. You gave me precious information on this child behavior. You spent your valuable time.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you so much.
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम.
Yes, good morning, Sumaya.
मैम अच्छी थी मैम क्लास. एक डाउट है मैम.
जी.
हम टीचिंग प्रैक्टिस में ऑब्जर्व करें कि थोड़े बच्चों को जब हम क्वेश्चंस करते पूरा पढ़ाना होने के बाद तो आंसर्स नहीं देते लेकिन नोट्स कंप्लीट रहते उनके. फिर टेस्ट कंडक्ट करे तो स्कोर भी अच्छा रहता वो लोग का. लेकिन जो आंसर्स देते क्लास में वो टेस्ट में नहीं लिख सकते मैम कुछ बच्चे.
They know grasping level is more.
Sumaya, the question is not very specific. Will you please repeat again?
बच्चों क्लास चलने के वक्त कुछ भी नहीं लिखते मैडम, लेकिन एग्जाम के पेपर में दिया तो पूरा आंसर फिल करते बोल रहे हैं. It is only depending on the child's memory power. You cannot take any notes from the teacher, madam. We didn't write anything on the notes, but whenever we are going to conduct the examination, we will write everything. Bina notes also he is writing perfectly. That means the child's mind power.
मैडम
Yes.
once again I repeated.
Yes, Sumaya.
हम टीचिंग प्रैक्टिस में ऑब्जर्व करें मैम कि जब हम क्लास पूरा क्लास में पूरा पढ़ाने के बाद जब क्वेश्चंस करते बच्चों को तो थोड़े बच्चे आंसर ही नहीं देते मैम. सिंसियर रहते लेकिन उन लोगों के नोट्स कंप्लीट रहते पूरे.
Okay.
फिर जब टेस्ट कंडक्ट करते तो जो आंसर्स नहीं देते वो बच्चे ही पूरा पेपर स्कोर अच्छा रहता मैम वो लोग का ही.
जी.
क्लास में जो आंसर्स देते हैं ना फिर उन लोगों को जब टेस्ट में देखे तो वो नहीं लिखते कुछ भी.
जब टेस्ट में देते हैं तो कुछ भी नहीं लिखते हैं.
जब क्लास में जो आंसर्स अच्छा देते ना मैम ओरल अच्छा देते वो लोग रिटर्न नहीं लिख करते कुछ भी.
Because they don't love to write. They are good in oral. Right? जब हम किसी बच्चे को पढ़ाते हैं, I will just give you one example. हम लोग पढ़ा रहे हैं, हम एक सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ा रहे हैं, बच्चे लोग जब मैं रीडिंग कर रही हूँ, जैसे मैं एक पैसेज मैंने पढ़ाया बच्चों को, रीडिंग करने के बाद में जब मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा तो they are able to give me the answer because their auditory power is good. They are a good auditory learner, right? But when it comes to tactile, when they want to write something, they are not able to do that because at that time they may get confused with the spellings.
Yes.
There may be many reasons for that. But देखिए language comprehension का part ऐसे रहता है कि जब हम orally, English is the language, it is learned as if I can speak Telugu, right?
Yes.
कोई भी तेलुगु में अगर कोई क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे ओरली एक पैसेज पढ़ा करके ओरली बोलने के बाद में, तो अगर मुझसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो मैं उसे आंसर दूंगी क्योंकि मुझे वो समझ में आना है. बट जब वो रिटर्न लिखा रहता है तो मुझे नहीं आता वो. आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज रिटर्न. सो एट दैट टाइम माय राइटिंग एबिलिटी गोज बैक, but my auditory capacity to learn, to hear and understand is better. So that is the main reason the children reflects more if they are auditory learner. Am I clear, Sumaya?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I have one doubt, madam.
Yes, sir.
What is your experience at Doha? There कैसा रहते मैडम बच्चों? Doha and Qatar.
आपने पूछा सर दोहा कैसा रहता है?
दोहा में बच्चों कैसे रहते हैं?
सर मैं 2 जगह काम करी थी. मैं आपको उसी जगह का डिफरेंशिएशन बताती हूँ. एक तो दोहा मॉडर्न इंटरनेशनल स्कूल में पढ़ाया था और दूसरा मैंने इंडियन स्कूल मस्कत में पढ़ाया था. मैं अपने बहुत सारे ट्रेनी स्टूडेंट्स हैं बिकॉज सबकी ख्वाहिश रहती है कि वो बाहर जाएं. दे शुड गेट द जॉब अब्रॉड, राइट? So yes, Doha के जो schools हैं, it's as per my experience, it is a very rich school. Rich school in the sense आप यहाँ पे DPS, Oakridge, वैसे बड़े स्कूल के साथ में आप कंपेयर कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वहाँ का environment है, students की capacity है each class में, जैसे 1:25 हो गया, वैसी capacity है और उसमें भी आपको learning difficulties के बच्चे मिलते हैं, right sir? In the ratio of 1:25. 25 also you will get the children with learning difficulties, you will get the children with behavior problem. अब आपको मैं कंपेयर, बट आप स्कूल को लगा लीजिए आप कि ये हाई एंड स्कूल्स है लाइक डीपीएस, ऑकरिज, चिरेक, यू कैन जस्ट मींस नाउ यू कैन पिक्चराइज इट अप कि वो स्कूल्स कैसे होंगे with all the modern amenities, with all the modern teaching techniques, right? You will get the school in Doha like that because the government over there follows those certain basic things, right? And when we come to, what do we say, that Indian school, अगर आप देखेंगे ओमान का, तो it is the Indian government school, right? With more than 50 children in the classroom. Many children are there. It is not an, it is an Indian system of education where there are more children, and it is combinedly ruled by one board of directors, right? Facilities are very less. But yes, as we say that, teaching methods are excellent. Teaching methods, there is no comparison, sir, because the teacher used many innovative methods to teach the children. And the board of directors really has a very good command. जैसे यहाँ पे we just don't leave the children, means schools को ऐसे ही किसी के भरोसे नहीं छोड़ देते. Means that schools are accountable for the growth of the child in Indian schools of Oman. Though the amenities are less, but teaching techniques is very good. Right? So that is the difference between Muscat school and.
Lastly, you did a trainer in South America. So please share the experience of South America.
Sir, South America, I went, I took the training over there, and I had visited round about 10 to 15 schools over there.
Okay.
And it was really a very rich experience. And in the profile, I didn't mention that I went to USA, Jacksonville School, Dwell County, Jacksonville School also. But due to ill health, I just came back. But when I was in South America, there the teachers are only facilitators. Teachers are facilitators. वहाँ पे teachers सिर्फ बच्चों को facilitate करते थे teaching materials से. Students are the boss, right?
Yeah.
There, the first thing what I had observed is, teacher will never say form a line. Teacher will never say sit like this.
Okay.
Yes.
But
I like
how teaching learning process.
Yes, they have the triangle shaped seating arrangement where one children with his knowledge, he will help the other one. The books are in such a way that it gives step by step information to the child how to solve the issues. And then he will go to the teacher and he will ask, what is the link? How can I explore little bit more to get more knowledge? And then the teacher will facilitate the child as a facilitator how to move forward. How? Suppose the education knowledge limit is not constrained to one particular topic. It depends upon the child. And if I am not in a class, if one child is not able to, understand one thing, the other child will be there to help him out. He will help first. And in that group, the classroom settings will be in such a way that this child who knows everything, he will teach the other child. And when they will struck, only at that time, the teacher will enter in the phase and they will help the child. So it is totally the classroom ruled by the children. Even the school tour and all also is given in the same way. And that type of school I had seen here once in Delhi. That is Mani International School in Delhi. They follow the same method where they guide the people to have a visit. Children takes, like democratic country, the children will rule the school also there. and the teachers are only the facilitators. That is entirely the different phase what we see, practical way of learning the things over there.
Yes, trainees, if you want to interact with the Poonam madam, you can. Hello. 33. 100 starting 100. Now reduced to 33 participants. So,
Hello.
yeah, Ruhi.
Evening, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon.
मैम मेरा एक डाउट, थोड़े क्लासरूम में थोड़े बच्चे थोड़े कम आईक्यू के रहते ना मैम, तो वैसे बच्चों को कैसा हैंडल करना मैम?
कम आईक्यू से मतलब क्या है आपका?
डिसेबिलिटीज रहते थोड़े चिल्ड्रंस.
It depends upon the IQ level of the child, how we are IQ, based on the IQ level we divide the child into mild, moderate and severe. So based on that only we will make the IPs. We will have the very measurable goals, and as I always say that have a short term goal which is achievable to boost yourself, right? जब हम कोई भी गोल बनाते हैं तो बहुत ही मेजरेबल होना चाहिए और वो होना चाहिए जो आप अचीव कर सके with the child. That gives a positive reinforcement to the teacher also. Yes, I can do, and then you can move forward. So low IQ you have to divide. आपको divide करना चाहिए, and based on that only आपके IEPs को बनाना चाहिए. Am I clear, Ruhi?
Yes, ma'am. It's a wonderful session, ma'am, today.
Thank you.
So we start now. Hello, trainees. If you have no queries, then we'll start the session. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much for joining with us, and we explained the example case studies, the children behavioral problems, how they are facing the problems, and how to overcome, how to solve those problems. Really, the 1.5 hour we have taken the session. Thank you so much for on behalf of Diet Vikarabad, we are thankful to you, madam. Thank you so much. Further also, in further, please cooperate with us.
Sure, sir. Whenever you need, you just tell me. Just give me a bit of timings to adjust my timings.
Okay, yeah.
To build, to do something for the kids.
Yeah. Okay, madam.
Thank you so much.
Okay, madam. Nice. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much, madam. Joining with us. Explained very perfectly. Thank you, madam. Have a nice day.